All right, it is go time, everybody. It is happening. It's all coming together. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm going to give the disclaimer for the show, and then I'm going to do something
Cheerbits
special.
in the stream. Thanks
Dragon
for the
Bait,
cheerbits.
thanks for the cheerbits. All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show is meant to teach and help, but the opinion stated by the three of us on the show are not that of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds. Before I even welcome my co-host, I'm going to do a special thing. This is an unannounced thing for everybody that came to the show on time. Anybody that's in the chat right now can PM me in Discord by 10 after the hour, and you win something from the DMs Guild made by me. So anybody in the chat, that's everybody. If you're not already on my Discord, there's the link. Get in my Discord and send me a PM before 10 minutes after the hour. It has to be time-coded before 6:10 p.m. my time, and you have to put the secret word, which is 10-10-10. It's the word 10, T-E-N, 3 times, 10-10-10. If you PM me that word, 10-10-10, by 10 after the hour, you will win something from the DMs Guild for free. And that's not including all the other prizes that we're giving away tonight. So everybody that's here now can win. Because I'm the man, that's why. All right. Let's start the show. Let me welcome my co-hosts. My original co-host is Mr. Layroon. How are you, sir?
I am doing great. Happy to be here. I always like these impromptu shows. They're a lot of fun and unscripted.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, someone's asking how do you PM. That's personal message. You go to my Discord. Again, I'll put the link. You have to go to my Discord channel and send me a personal message. If you don't know how to do that, you got to figure it out.
Yep.
And Layroon is the original co-host and also founder of the Fantasy Grounds College. For those of you that don't know what Fantasy Grounds College is, I'll put that link in the chat for you guys. You guys can ask us questions all about this once we get started. And our other co-host, who has been with us for a very long time, almost since the beginning. We started in February of last year. She was on a few shows, but then joined us permanently in June. And this is Furied Fate. How are you?
I'm doing really well. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, I have a cocktail. It's not green. I didn't have green food coloring, but I would have made it green. But I do have a drink in front of me that I will be sipping on. So probably towards the end of the show, you can ask more intrusive questions, and I would answer.
All right, and we are going. I wanted to do that special prize giveaway at the beginning, just for everybody who showed up to the show on time. People that come late won't get it. But we are also giving away many other prizes tonight. During the show, as we're answering questions, we're going to have 6 drawings. One of those drawings will be for a Fantasy Grounds Ultimate license. We'll probably do that at the end of the show. This is the full license for Fantasy Grounds, lifetime license, worth $150, and that's courtesy of Fantasy Grounds College. Layroon is giving that away. And then throughout the show, I'll have 5 other drawings. And if you enter the drawing, enter the raffle in the chat, and you win, you will be able to pick any item from the DMs Guild that you want, including packages. So it could be worth up to $90. And the people at the beginning of the show get one little thing, one thing that isn't a package. Hey, thanks for the follow, Caramunoz. I screw these names up. Everybody knows that I screwed up. Don't enter raffle yet. Just everybody calm down. It'll be quite obvious what you have to do. But let's get started. I'm just going to put up, I guess, maybe the Fantasy Grounds tabletop for people to look at. Even though we might not get questions about Fantasy Grounds, it's nice to look at. So you guys can fire away. If you have questions, just type them in the chat. Also, these questions can be about Fantasy Grounds or not. And, you know, there's 3 of us here to answer. So let me just open my beer. And we'll get going here. People that know me know I don't drink beer.
The beer, what are you drinking, actually? Is
I
it
have
one of
a
those
question.
flavored waters?
No, it's not. I decided. Okay, so here that'll be an AMA from Fury to me. I was gonna try to get off Diet Coke, but I decided that Diet Coke is my climate change. I'm gonna recycle and I'm going to do things that I can for the planet, and I'm going to do the best I can to lower my footprint for carbon footprint for climate change, and I'm going to just do the best I can as a single person. But I am not going to stop driving my gasoline car. So I applied that same thing to food. I'm going to try to do the best I can with my diet, eat better foods, eat more sensibly, but I am not stopping drinking Diet Coke. Because rather than go 100% and become a freak and like be pissed off and depressed, I'm going to just do the best I can, but I'm going to allow myself the simple vice of Diet Coke.
So we have a couple questions already.
Okay.
Question number 1. Furied Fate. Are you Lady Shell, actually?
No, I'm not. Why would I be Lady Shell? She's a completely different person.
I don't
Is
know.
this because we
Someone
sound similar? That's so rude.
No, I don't think you
I'm
sound alike.
just kidding. Get all offensive all right
Next
off the
question.
start.
Is this actually an AMA or not just an AMA Fantasy Grounds?
No, it's an actual AMA. You can ask anything you want. Doesn't have to be about Fantasy Grounds.
Any hints about Unity? Anybody? Any three of us?
Yes, I can tell you. I'll tell you guys every single thing I know about Unity. So, Unity started development a few years ago. Doug Davison, who is the president, and John Gregory, who is the co-owner of Smiteworks, they purchased, what was the name of that company? Tabletop Connect?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was like a 3D format thing a guy was working on. He now works for Smiteworks. And they've been developing this for a few years now. There's a show every Friday morning. It's at 9 p.m. Pacific. It's at noon Eastern on the Fantasy Grounds Twitch channel, not mine, but / Fantasy Grounds. And along about June or July of last summer, Doug Davison said he thought an alpha version would be available by the end of August. That did not happen. So I don't have official information, but he said that publicly, which to me said they thought they were close. Now, I'll tell you what I know about why it's being delayed. There's every time you guys see a new product come out, every time you guys get the newsletter, or if you see me putting it on Twitter, all these new products, probably about 6 or 8 per week, come out, they've got to stop what they're doing, and they have to make that compatible with Unity. So they have to go through the entire back catalog of like 1,500 things and make sure it's all backward compatible, so when Unity comes out, everything doesn't crash. So that's the big delay. That's what's taking so long. And none of what I'm saying hasn't been said publicly. It's just if you don't know, I can tell you, but I have no secret information. Now, when is it coming out? The answer to that is when it's ready. So a lot of people are very anxious. A lot of people are very excited. A lot of people want it to come out as soon as possible. And they are going to release it as soon as possible, but they're going to beta test it first. There'll probably be a Kickstarter for it. But it's not going to come out fast, and it's not going to come out before it's ready, because the worst thing you can do is release a buggy product that doesn't work just to please the people that say, gimme, gimme, gimme now. And they're being very careful, and they're being very thought out about it, and they're going to release it when it's ready, when it's done, when it's finished. So there's no date for that.
Apparently the chat is screaming that the title says reruns for some reason.
Your Twitch.
Refresh your browser, maybe?
Yep. Just a couple more questions related to Unity. Will Fantasy Grounds Pathfinder 2E on launch day?
My bad. Hold on. Yeah, I guess maybe it does say reruns. I changed it, but it didn't take effect.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Do you think Pathfinder for Fantasy Grounds will release on launch day, or do you think they'll have to wait to get their books like everyone? So we have a Pathfinder fan that wants us to speculate on that.
Ask the question again.
Will Fantasy Grounds have Pathfinder 2 on launch day, which is like May or something like that? Or do you think they'll have to wait to get their books like everyone else?
So, couple things. First of all, I'm not, even though this is a Fantasy Grounds talk show, we have no official information here. We're not, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're not affiliated with Smiteworks. Even though I do social media with them, I'm not an employee. I don't have any information. But if you're asking me to guess, I would say that they do the best they can to put the products out the same day the books come out. So, like, for
Yeah.
example, 5e, the new adventure Ghosts of Saltmarsh due out May 21st in the stores. Wizards of the Coast, I know you're asking about Pathfinder and Paizo, but I'm just giving you an example. Wizards of the Coast now has moved to one release date. They used to release the books like wide release, and then 11 days before that you could get it in the game stores. And so that they release on a Tuesday, but the Friday before the Friday, 11 days back, you could get it on Fantasy Grounds. Well, now WotC has gone to just one release date. There's only one date. There's no game store date and then a date on Amazon and a day you can go to the store and a day you get shipped to your house. It's all one date. So Fantasy Grounds obviously would be matching that. But they do the best they can to get those materials out, including Pathfinder or any of the other third-party things, on the same day the book is released, because ideally we get the information to the developers 3-4 months before, and they have time to make it so that when it's time to come out, they just press the button and it goes live.
Cheerbits in the stream.
Cheerbits,
Thanks for the cheerbits.
Drake, wow, 29.15. Drake takes. Thank you so much.
So the next question is about Unity. Someone asked, do you think it's ever going to come out?
Okay, before we answer that question, let's give away a prize.
Okay.
So prize number...
Bruno is saying that your audio is very low for some reason.
And yours
My
too.
audio's low? What the fuck?
And mine? I don't know how to change mine.
Yeah, I don't either. It could be Discord too.
Yeah, never mind. Mine was low, and I don't know why. But you guys should be all right.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Drake takes his bit bossing the crap out of everything. He's taking it down. He took down Lady Shell. I raised my voice slightly, so I hope it's better. Let me know, guys, if I need to raise it. But let's give away a prize. So here's what we're going to do. The keyword is going to be Rob Toohey. In the chat, you type !Rob Toohey. And everybody that's in the chat can enter this. Even if you won something at the beginning of the show, you can still enter this one, because this one gives you a chance to get the package.
Cheerbits.
So
cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
And we'll put a 2-minute timer. And yeah, everybody just go ahead and end. When the counter types down, we'll pick a winner. Now let me explain how this goes for the contest today. This is a little different than at the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show, I did that. That's a separate thing. For this one, I'll pick one winner. That winner will also have to PM me in Discord. But I will record your name, so I know the people at the beginning of the show. I didn't record names because everybody's just going to PM me. But this one, I will record your name, and then you will get to pick anything from the DM's Guild, including packages. Now, we're going to do this 5 times, so whoever the winner is for this one, obviously you don't want to enter the next ones. But at the end of the show, we're going to give away the ultimate license, and then anybody that's won previously in the show can also enter for that. Keep in mind that when you win a prize, it is your prize. You can't give it to someone else. Now, maybe with the license we can work that out, but anything you win from me, you can't forward it. You can't donate it back to somebody. Somebody in the chat typed Rob 123. That's, you got to redo that. Lorraine's, is that how you say that? There you go. It's well, no, they didn't redo it, but it's closing in 30 seconds. They're not going to make it. They're not going to figure it out. I don't know if they can hear me. I mean, I know they can hear me, but anyway, so that's the lowdown on the price. Now, the answer to the question is Unity, they got it. Is Unity going to come out ever? The answer is obviously yes. That's not really a legit question. It's going to come out.
I feel the same way.
It's disappear. They've got too much invested in it. They've spent a lot of money on it. They've hired extra people for it. It's not that they're just going to not do it. It's just that they don't want to put out a product that, like I said, isn't perfect. Okay, we've got the countdown. Let's draw a winner. The first winner is My Given Opinion. That's funny.
All right.
He PM'd me before the show and said, "Ooh, I got to get there so I can win stuff." So My Given Opinion, you know what to do. You PM me in Discord and let me know you won. I will also take your name down. And throughout the rest of the show today, we're going to do that 4 more times. And we will also do a 5th drawing for the license.
So Lensman was asking if you know any websites or good tutorials on YouTube for someone new to learning Lua script?
Not specifically. I don't know Lua. That's what they use to make Fantasy Grounds, but I don't know it. They use many things actually, but I mean, my only answer to that, unless you guys have a different one, would just be to Google Lua tutorials. But I don't have anything specific.
Okay. Someone was asking about your stand-up career. Can you tell us a little bit about that, about the hecklers and that?
Well, I started stand-up comedy in 1995. I was 29 years old, so I got into it late. I was in an improv troupe at the same time. I began my career in Phoenix, Arizona. I did it for a little bit, then I got a partner, and we went by the name of Tui and Klein. Now, if you go search on the internet for, Rob Tui or Tui and Klein, you can find stuff, but there's really not much going on because we did it before the internet was big, so we didn't have much of our comedy on there. We did videos and stuff, but we didn't upload. YouTube wasn't around, right? This is all last 10 or 15 years. So I did comedy with him for 4 years, I think, 95 to 99, or 5 years to 2000. Then I moved to Los Angeles, and I did comedy for about 10 more years. And then I got sick. In 2008, I got sick, and I needed a liver transplant. So I moved back to my hometown, and I basically quit comedy. People ask me all the time if I miss it, and I say no, because although being on stage for an hour was really fun, and I got to entertain people and make people laugh and make money doing it, the other 23 hours a day was a fucking nightmare. And since I wasn't a celebrity, and since none of you knew who I was until you came to my channel, I didn't get famous, I didn't get a TV show, I didn't get a movie career, and that's what you really need. And so I don't miss it, but I did it for 15 years, and it really, the skills I use from that, I do use when I play Dungeons & Dragons. When I'm DMing, I kind of improv stuff and do stuff. But I'm glad I did it, but I'm also glad I'm not doing it anymore, because now I'm doing this. And then I'm much happier now than I was when I was a stand-up comedian.
Another question. Did Wizards of the Coast ever get back to you regarding your Dragonlance petition?
We have 1,100 plus signatures on the Dragonlance petition at change.org. Go and I'll show you guys that for those of you that don't know. I emailed Jeremy Crawford, Chris Lindsay, Mike Merles, Chris Perkins, Greg Tito. I think that's the list. Not one of them got back to me. They don't know who I am. They don't care. Change.org. Okay. Even though I've done 2 products for them, they don't know me.
Couple more questions. How long have you been playing D&D, and what edition is your favorite? So that could go to any of us, probably.
Yeah, why don't you guys start?
Go ahead, Fury. You haven't said much yet.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I mean, usually I try to avoid confrontation as best I can by either saying, hey, I gotta leave, or my cat fell in a well, or something stupid and ridiculous, or I set up a safe word with the DMs, like, dude, this isn't working. As far as like online play, most people have been very courteous, so that's good. I guess I'm special and I'm an exception, or I've just always had the good luck of not having douchebag players. I know they're out there. I hear horrible stories about them, but I have never actually came across any of them. I kind of do now. I want to meet like a douchebag player. I'd be like, dude, you're a fucking asshole, and I'm, kick them in the nuts, whatever.
What question are you answering?
She's answering what is the advice about dealing with problem players. Like arguments and stuff.
I thought the question was, how long did we be playing D&D, and what is our favorite edition?
We have that too.
Oh.
There's 2 questions there.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of questions. I'm just picking one.
She's answering
one.
Well,
we want to try to get them all. I don't know. I mean, people are going to go faster than we can answer, but what about that question though, Fury? When did you start playing, and what's your favorite edition?
Okay, so I probably started playing very first time was back in high school in 2002-ish.
Jesus Christ, and you were in high school in 2002. God damn.
Shut up. And I started in 3.5, so I have a very soft spot for 3.5 with all the math and ridiculous amount of add-ons and
So what about you?
Rogue,
go ahead.
20 sneak.
What about you, Liren?
About 1981 or 82. And I started with that red box with the crayon and the pen. And I
Yep.
started off playing a cleric, and that's what I play to this day when I do get to play. My favorite edition was probably second. I did not play much of third. I skipped fourth, came right to fifth. So that's where I'm at with the games. And I tried other stuff too, but
Yeah. So I also started September of 1981 with the red box. And I played for 6 straight years, 81 to 87, while I was in the Army, and got heavily into Dragonlance, which was super fun. And I did not play second, third, 3.5, 4, or Pathfinder, but I have played fourth. So I didn't play for 22 years between 87 and 2009. And I played fourth, and I liked it until fifth came out, and I realized fourth was such a piece of shit. Fourth is a video game on paper. I just didn't realize it. But my favorite edition is probably 5th edition, although I really have a soft spot for the original game. And as a matter of fact, I got this rules cyclopedia from 1991 that has all the original D&D rules in it, and I'm going to be in Digital Dungeon Master Dave's game. We're going to play on Fantasy Grounds. We're going to play original D&D. So like,
sweet.
Where the classes, there's no races. There's cleric, magic user, dwarf, elf, fighter,
yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
Cool. Fun fact, Fury, when did we meet online? Was that in October? Remember. I know
fall.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Furied Fates goes back. She was one of my first players back in the early trials and tribulations of myself trying to figure Fantasy Grounds out. We had about 8 people at our table, not at once, but a lot of people. And it was a homebrew game set in Silvery Moon. And we recruited her because we needed a good, strong role-playing character. And I gave her all this information. It was going pretty good for a while, but I just kind of got burned out on it. And some of the players pissed me off. And I don't know. Anyways, if that hadn't happened, Fantasy Grounds College probably never would have came to be.
Fantasy Grounds Church.
So Fury kind of went on her own way and did her own thing, and I did my own thing, and we still hang out once in a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, we played in the game earlier today, for crying out loud. I almost got murdered, but whatever.
Ooh.
But yeah, so that's a fun fact. Then Rob, I don't know, when did I meet you, Rob? Probably not too far from that time.
June of 17, maybe.
Yeah.
It was when you started in the Fantasy Grounds forums, and you said, "Hey, every Sunday we're gonna have the Fantasy Grounds Church," and I'm like, "This is a fucking cool idea. You got to change that name." And you can't call it that. And but it was a good idea. The reason you were gonna call it that is because it was gonna be every Sunday, right? Church. But then of course it blew up, and now it's every fucking waking moment of your life, and there's 5,000 people. But yeah, we met around then, and you were starting to get into the community and let everybody know that you wanted to start a thing that helped people. And that was right around the time I started coding and making all the spells and the feats and the race traits and the class features for everybody. And you thought that was fantastic, so we kind of just joined in cahoots. And then last February of 18, we started this show, and we were doing it Sundays and Tuesdays for about a few months. And then we just switched to Sundays only.
Well, I bagged on you. That's why we switched.
Yeah, well, you had to go. You started going to school or whatever. But
yeah.
Let's go back to Vex's question. Darth Vex asked the one that Fury'd answer. What do you do about players? Now I can't find it.
Yeah, unruly players.
What's your advice on dealing with problem players, arguments, etc.? So here's what I do. And it's taken me 3 years to get to this point. I mean, I've probably been doing it for a while, but it took me a long time to build up my little way I do things. So for me, and I'm not saying that my way is the right way or that it's the correct way, but it's the way I do it, is I set the expectation early. I let any player coming to my game know, here's my rules, here's what they are, you got to know them. I have to think you know them. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to interview you, I'm going to talk to you, and I try not to let anybody come to my table that I think I'm not going to get along with. That's really the only way I know how to do it, is to set the expectation for the person. Now, my goal is always fun, but if I am talking to you about inviting you to my game, and in the background your wife's yelling at you while the dog is barking, then I know right away you're not coming to my game, because that's one of my pet peeves, is background noise. And I try to get along with everybody, but, personalities don't mesh, and I learned from being a stand-up comic. You go on stage, you tell your jokes, you try to do the best you can, but someone is going to come up to me after the show and say, hey, I didn't like this and I didn't like that. You can't please everybody. So my advice is just do the best you can, set expectations early. If you find yourself in a game with a problem person, just, as a DM, it's your job to get through that moment or that session, and then have a private conversation with them after and say, hey, listen, I can't have you doing this, I can't have you doing that, whatever the problem might be, and I'm just using generic language. But you got to try and talk to that person and see if you can get them to come to your side of the table. And if not, then it's time for them to go. I mean, there's plenty of people in the world to play games with, and if somebody's disrupting your table or making it so others aren't having fun, there's no reason for them to be around. That's just my advice.
Okay. Next question. How influential do you think virtual tabletop software will be in expanding the market for role-playing games in general in the future? I have a good opinion about it, but go ahead. Anyone else have one?
My quick answer is not enough now, and hopefully more in the future, but I don't really have any more to say.
I see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way as Rob. I think there's not a lot of different options for people to have for tabletop gaming. I mean, I can maybe think of 3 off the top of my head. But yeah, I think that there's definitely a lot of room for it to grow.
Yeah, I believe that it's going to grow quicker and faster, especially as people start moving away from print. And also, just in the trend that I've seen in digital marketing and how everything's kind of linked up online, I have a feeling that once
I love you, man.
That's pretty much the only option you're going to have other than doing it in your basement. So I don't know how it's going to shake down in the future, but I have a feeling that it's going to be like this and better. And if Unity's anything they say it's going to be a game changer.
Melrick Birch, thanks for the sub. I really appreciate that. Yeah, some of the Unity videos look pretty incredible, like map building on the fly, weather effects. It's not just going to be a whole new interface for Fantasy Grounds. It's going to really improve gameplay and make it better for players and DMs to do extra crap that we can't even imagine now. And all the while, they're going to still support, Fantasy Grounds as we know it now will just be called Fantasy Grounds Classic, and that will probably be supported for 2, 3, 4 years at least, at the same time when Unity's out, so people can, it's not like they're going to force everybody to go to Unity right away if they don't want to do it. But yeah, I think that, it's no secret that I absolutely abhor Roll20. I think it's the fucking devil's work, but there's, I don't say that in an official capacity. That's just my personal opinion. But that's, some people like it. Some people want to do that. Some people want a browser-based thing, and I prefer to have something client-side like Fantasy Grounds. And there's a couple other VTTs out there, right? But we don't know what they are. You can't name them, right? So what's the difference? But I really think that the best thing that this is for, this isn't what I use it for, but a lot of people are very happy. You grow up and you play D&D with your friends as a youngster, or maybe you're in college or something, and you have these gaming groups, and then people move away. People get married. People start families, and they move to a different state. Well, so what? You can still play your game. You got it all right here on your computer. You can get your group back together and play. So that's the greatest thing I think there is about it, even though that's not my personal use of it, Oh my God, Let's give away another prize, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
It's about that time. All right, so let's reset this. Boom. I'll start it again. So my given opinion, you've already won, so everybody else can enter. And again, enter !Rob2E into the chat. I'll pick a winner, and this person will win anything from the Dungeon Masters Guild that has my name on it. It can be a package. It can be something from another author that I did. It can be my big package. If you want to win my big package, that's right, you heard me. Then any of that stuff. So we'll let that go until the timer runs out. But did we miss any questions? Were there any in the queue that we didn't see? I mean, guys, by the way, I know you're typing your questions in the chat. If we miss one or skip a question, it's not because we don't want to answer it or we're ignoring you. It's just because the chat's going by so fast and we don't see it. So anybody that really has a question and it doesn't get answered, hey, just feel free to come on into Discord after the show and I'll answer you. And if it's a question for Fury or Leroon, I'll make sure they get it. I want Rob's big package. Yeah, Darth Vex.
A few of them.
I want Rob's big package.
It devolves into that.
Everybody wants my big package. Yeah, and also, guys, go to the Leroon just put the link in there, the fantasygroundscollege.net. So that is a different Discord server and also a website where you guys can learn about Fantasy Grounds and take classes for free. So you can learn how to DM, you can learn how to build a character, you can learn about map making, all kinds of stuff over there, all free, all volunteer.
Robbie, you just did a QA over there.
I did?
Yeah, remember you went over there, did the quality assurance check? Make sure
QA,
we're doing...
yeah, I was thinking question and answer. I go, I fucking don't remember that. I did a QA on Leroon's DM 101 and on Matakiri's DM 102, and they're excellent classes. I mean, I didn't have really anything to add at all. So if you guys are looking to learn about Fantasy Grounds, that's the place to go. I mean, it's just awesome. Let's see. Okay, did it close? Yeah, it closed. Okay, let's draw a winner. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Boom! Bofrin. Fucking Bofrin winning 500.
What the
prizes.
hell?
All right, Bofrin, you know what to do. So we'll do that another 3. Oh, let me go right down here. Bofrin. Hold on a second. Bofrin. B-A-F. Bofrin. We'll do 3 more of those and plus the license.
My friend Bofrin.
So plenty of more chances to win, everybody. Okay, did we miss question? Tell us your options of the recent trend of WotC products with black and white. No, it doesn't say tell us your options, tell us your opinions, because he knows I'm gonna fucking go off. He's just trying to bait me into yelling. Oh, yeah. So many people have different opinions about this, I guess, but the last 3 books, well, I should say the last 2 books, the Waterdeep books and then the next one coming out, the books have black and white maps, right? So like here, I'll go to just D&D Beyond here, and I'll show you guys. And the author, or not the author, but the artist for the maps, is Dyson Logos, and I like his maps, and he's a fine artist. Don't have a problem with him personally. But I think if you're paying $50 for an adventure book, can't see that one yet, it's not available. I think if you're, buying a book from the company and it costs $50, you should get color maps in the book. I mean, some people, maybe even some of you that are watching right now, buy these books and read them as like novels. Even though they're rule books, they're reading them as like a quote unquote real book, right? So let's just take a look at the maps here in this one. Yeah, Christ, I don't even know how to fucking open one of these things. How do you get in here?
You got to get out of the marketplace.
Oh, yeah, I got to go to... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they changed all this. D&D, they fucked me. Rob Toohey doesn't like change. They jacked around the menu, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't like that menu.
Here we go. It is kind of cool, but it throws you off until you learn how to use it. So here, we'll go to Mad Mage. Now, I'll go to any of the maps. Where the hell... Let's just go to level 1. Exploring this level. There should be a map in here. Yeah, okay. So, good enough. Very good. Fine. Easy to read. Easy. But that's black and white. I mean, come on. So, Fantasy Grounds, the people that work there, they colorize the maps at least for you on your VTT. But I'm just really upset by the fact that Wizards of the Coast is charging $50 for a book. And you get the book and it's in black and white. I mean, dude, what's up, 1985? Like, let's get some color maps. Now, I'm assuming that they contracted with Dyson Logos for some amount of books, and it's probably going to be that way for a while, and it's just going to be me yelling about it. And other people like it, so that's fine. But I just, my opinion is that they should be colored, but you have to also understand that even though I do buy the books, and even though I do get the D&D Beyond material, because I'm a freak, I have to have every source, my main use of it is in Fantasy Grounds. And obviously the maps on the, here, if I go open up Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and I'll show you that same map. So let's go to maps, and we'll look at level 1. We should see a color map. Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Here we go. Level 1. Okay, so that's the one from the book, but there should be also a color map here.
Yeah, it's in what, Zacchaeus' thing? He put
Well,
out
so they at least colorized it a little bit, right? So it looks a little better, because that black and white, god damn, that's a lot of pins. I shouldn't be looking at this.
That's huge.
Did we go everywhere, Fury? Have we? I don't know. I'm just gonna not pay attention to the information, but
Oh God, no, there's so
we're
many.
playing this on. Yeah, we didn't go. I don't nearly remember all that, whatever the fuck that shit is. But anyway, my point is that especially if you're playing online or on a computer, black and white, it's like, come on, man. But again, just my opinion, and he asked for my opinion, so I gave it. What else? What are the questions?
Someone was asking if you learned anything in those classes that you attend. The 101, the 102.
Actually, I did. Actually, in both of them, I did. I don't remember what those things are because I have a huge short-term memory problem. But I remember in listening to you and also Matakuri at least 2 times in each one, I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that. So, and it was little, like, tricks. Like, I remember when I learned that if you have a map open, you can grab these little helmets down here and drag all the greens onto a map or all the reds onto a map. And I didn't learn that till like about a year ago. I'd been playing for 2 years and I was like, I could have used that information before. Fuck. But yeah, I did learn some things, although I don't remember what they are. But those classes are great. I can't think of anything that was missing from. And there's a 103 that he hasn't even finished yet, but that dives deep down into shit that you don't need to know to just play a game, but that might help you tweak stuff and make stuff better later. Question, Leroon, how much time do you spend per week working on FGC?
Well, good question. I haven't really calculated, but if I put everything together and put a number on it, probably about 25 hours solid a week. So
yeah, that's pretty good. That's way less than me.
I'm solid straight. That's with all the breakups and all the sleeping and everything in between.
It's a lot. It's a lot of hours, especially for not getting paid or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, including
different
classes.
For me because I'm getting paid in various different ways, but yeah. So 25 hours, I wish. But see, if I did 25 hours, I wouldn't get paid as much because I wouldn't be making as much things, and I've got my day is different. My day is basically wake up, Fantasy Grounds, go to bed. Now I can watch TV and I can eat my meals and I can go to the store if I can do things, but in and amongst all of that is answering emails and personal messages and Discord and all that shit. It's just all day.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Drake takes, thank you. And then I stream 5 days a week, and then on the 2 days I don't stream, I'm still doing shit, right? So, but yeah, Leroon has put together this Fantasy Grounds. Oh shit! Look at all the PMs I got. Oh goddamn. Fantasy Grounds College Discord, and there are, which is the one that has the invite in it.
Actually, it doesn't have it there anymore.
Oh, it's not there anymore? Okay.
But it's like 4,260, I think, right now.
So 4,200 people, and people are in there from all over the world, and they've got all the discussion boards and announcements, classroom announcements, classroom voice channels, text channels. See, there's people playing a game right now. There's another game. There's 2 games going on right now. Aren't these goddamn people at this show? But yeah, so lots of stuff going on in there, and more people every day. I mean, wouldn't you say the average per day is like 10 or 15 people coming there that just are brand new?
I would say a good number, if you took the whole week and divided it up, I think about 8 is the average.
Yeah, so 8 people a day, and I'm getting, well, okay, today is a different, here's 10 people that just came in here because they want their goddamn prize. But my Discord only has about 530 members, and it's been around since November of 2016. But there's another one. Welcome everybody. But yeah, so I don't know. Now I forget the question, but I think we answered it.
Yep.
What is
I think. Go ahead.
What is everyone's favorite RPG setting? Mine is Dragonlance.
Oh, I'd have to say Dark Sun. Dragonlance and Dark Sun.
I don't have a favorite. I'm good with whatever, honestly. Probably because I don't have enough exposure to all the different ones to be like, oh yeah, I like such and such better.
Yeah,
so I guess I need more exposure to be exposed more.
The one that I would like to play, and a setting that I've always loved. Well, Star Wars and Star Trek, right? And they both have RPGs, but I haven't even looked at the new Star Trek setting, the one that came out like a year ago, and I'm afraid to look at it because, I kind of have a little specialized thing that I'm doing with 5e, and if I even look at another system, I'm gonna freak out and probably want to do it, and then it's gonna fracture my time, and so I just try to avoid it. But I would say Dragonlance is my favorite that I've played in, although I have enjoyed playing in the Star Trek universe way back when. But they've got a new one now, and like I said, I'm just afraid to look at it.
Boffin remind me of my Cyberpunk 2020 fetish, but I actually like, and for 5th edition, everyone's wanting to know what our Wizards of the Coast 5th edition favorite setting. I'd have to say I like that first module, the starter set.
The Lost Mines of Phandelver is a fucking awesome adventure, and it's especially good for new DMs. It kind of walks you through DMing. I really like that one. My favorite is Princess of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
What about you?
What about you, Fury?
I'm actually kind of having fun in Storm King's Thunder right now.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I do like that. Rob Tui, when are you going to play your namesake version of D&D again? 2nd edition, you mean? I've never played it.
Rob Tui.
I'm not going to play it, goddamn Celestian. But I am gonna play. Well, I guess we're not playing AD&D. We're actually playing D&D, not AD&D, because we're playing BECMI. For those of you that don't know, BECMI, BECMI is the Basic Expert Champion Masters and Immortals version of D&D. This would have been the D&D box sets that came out in the early 80s, right around the same time, or slightly, right around the same time as AD&D started up, when they actually put out like Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide. So, but yeah, Celestian's just trying to bait me into
baiting you. Yeah.
Lost Mines is great. I don't play 5e. It's a shame they've not made it more like it. Yeah, it really is a good one. It's only levels 1 through 5, but it's still really, really good. And it's a great. I don't think they could have put a better adventure in their starter pack. $12 to get people to play the game or whatever it was, really, or $20, whatever it was. Really good.
Darth Vex. What would you be some ways to integrate Fantasy Grounds into an in-person game? Well, we did a show about that, but I know there's plenty of ways you could do that. You can use the map. You can use the combat tracker. There's all kinds of things. You don't have to be online, which is nice.
Right. I don't think that was Darth Vex. That was Mr. Mulef or whatever. And again, guys, I apologize if I say your name wrong. It's just because I'm stupid. I actually have run games with Fantasy Grounds, and what you do is you go to your settings and you turn on the manual entry for dice, and then you can use the combat tracker. You can get a second laptop and share out the maps. You can share out the maps to the players so they see it on the second laptop, and they move their tokens all around, whatever. Oh shit, I shouldn't be looking at that. And then you just use the combat tracker. You do all your rolling in Fantasy Grounds, and then let them roll their dice with their character sheets. And then when you say okay, roll to hit against Gross Slimy Thing 2, and they roll, and you watch them, and They say, okay, I
I
got.
love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too. Night Flawless, thanks for the sub, man. God, these names. Night Flawless. Thank you so much. They rolled a hit, and you go, okay, this guy's armor class is 15, and they roll a 16. I go, okay, you hit. How much damage did you do? They roll. They say, okay, I did 5 points damage. You just go put it in there like that. So you can use Fantasy Grounds to facilitate combat and do the maps and basically everything, and then just have your players. You use your computer as the DM screen, and the players just all sit around the table with their pencils and their dice and their sheets, same as always. So you can absolutely do that, and many people do that. And as a matter of fact, if you go on the forums, you'll even see people like building 30-inch televisions into their tabletop and using that as the map, and even putting minis on the TV screen, but also using the tokens. And yeah, it can just be anything you want. You can basically anything your brain can conceive, you can just do it. And I've run groups in person through Princes of the Apocalypse with the Fantasy Grounds as my DM screen. So yeah.
Right on. Rob Pappin says, okay, so that answers my questions. I still use the DM screen.
You can do that too. You can wrap the DM screen around your computer, whatever you have to do. Question, what single module or mega dungeon would each of you most want to be updated to 5e? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, mine is, you said single module, so mine is obviously Dragonlance, which isn't a mega dungeon or a single module, but that setting I want. But let's see, what single module or mega dungeon? I would have said Undermountain, but they did that. What about you guys?
I wish they'd do that Rapanathuk one. They've re-released it for 5th edition, but they haven't turned it to Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I asked about that, and I have not got an answer back.
No one wants to tackle that baby.
Oh, that's not WotC though, is it? That's
no.
Yeah, they said so. He's Rapanathuk. He's running. Kara Nunos is running that, but that's not WotC. That's something else. Dragonlance, fucking Celestian. Dragonlance modules were terrible. They actually weren't that good of modules. As far as modules go, being put together, the way they were constructed and written, they actually weren't that good. But I had read the books, and so, even though reading is never the answer. So, and you guys know, for those of you that don't know, I've only ever read 8 fiction books in my entire life. That's not a joke. I've read exactly 8 books. And I'll tell you what they are. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Star Wars trilogy, and the Dragonlance trilogy. Those are the 8 books I've ever read in my life. Now, I'm not counting nonfiction. I've read plenty of, like, Don Rickles' biography and Jerry Lewis's plenty of nonfiction. But fiction, I've only read 8 books. And so I knew the Dragonlance story, so it was easy. The modules were kind of clunky, but it was easy to play them because you knew what was supposed to happen. And actually, I'm in the middle of watching Vodgard's. I'm watching Vodgard's Dragonlance. He converted Dragonlance to 5e. Now, if you buy his thing on the DM's Guild, you also have to have the original module because copyright reasons and blah blah blah. He can only do the conversion. He can't do the whole thing, so you have to kind of combine them together. But I'm watching them play that, and what I think is really interesting, and what we did back in the day was these characters are not the same level. 5th level, 6th level, 3rd level, 5th level, 5th level, right? They're all in the same party, but they're different levels, which makes it really fun because Raceland is a fucking weakling, even though he's a badass. But you got to fucking protect that guy or he's going down. So I love it. But yeah, I don't know that there's any single module or mega dungeon that they haven't already done that I have on my top of my head that I want them to do. But Dragonlance setting would be my answer to that.
So Drake asked, have you ever had a player character commit suicide because you hated playing the character or the DM? So in other words, someone do it on purpose.
Yes, I've had people commit suicide in my games, and that was the day they left my game. That's code for they were fucking kicked out, banned, because that's just
Dang.
fucking disrespectful and not courteous. And what a player who commits suicide should do is before they commit suicide, they should just say, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm leaving. Goodbye, thank you, and good night. Instead of wasting everybody's time while they fucking run into fires and do stupid shit like that. But
By the way, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that my whole point about everything I do is that everyone has fun. And if you're working with 5, 6, 7 people at the same place, somebody's gonna fuck something up. It could even be me. But I try to do the best I can to make sure everybody has a good time. And if somebody's throwing a monkey wrench into that, they're going to fucking be gone because I don't need that. I want everybody to have fun. People take time out of their day. I'm lucky. I'm not married. I don't have a family. I don't have children. So I get to do what I want every fucking minute of the day. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But other people have responsibilities and they take special time out to come and play a game for a few hours on a weekend or 2 hours on a weeknight or whatever it is. And I want to my thing, people are coming to my Twitch channel, people are going to my YouTube, people are buying my things on DM's Guild. I want to make goddamn sure everybody that I come into contact with has the best time they can. And if somebody's fucking with that, they're gone. That's just how I do it. Other people are more easygoing. Other people let things roll off their back and like, oh, he's special. We're going to let him get away with that. But no, unless you're mentally retarded, which I do give breaks for, but that's usually not what you're dealing with. What you're dealing with is somebody who's willfully like trying to be a fuck up, and then that I don't stand for.
So I just want to say that I think Fury Fate's one of the better players that's out there for Fantasy Grounds, at least. And I think she should be paid to appear.
No, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't put that out there in the world.
Yep. You need to be paid. You're an excellent player. You should be on TV.
She should have been on the CNBC report that was just reported. Those fucking sons of bitches.
I know.
We're not talking about
what?
Yes,
CNBC, we are. I didn't see it.
CNBC did a report about how Dungeons and Dragons is really popular now, and they chose as their example kids, the Critical Role people, and then they also promoted their Kickstarter. I just burped, everybody. Excuse me. They promoted their Kickstarter, which has over 53,000. Here. I'll be a good guy, and I'll go to the fucking Kickstarter page for Critical Role. No one believes I'm doing this.
You can just hear like all the hate Rob has for Critical Role.
I don't mind Critical Role. I just don't care for the guy that DMs it.
So they've made $7.5 million. There's 32 days to go. If you guys want to join in the 55,000, it's making money right now. Fuck.
Holy crap.
So
there it goes. Bingo.
They're making a cartoon. And so they got a big bump from this CNBC story that was out. I didn't see it. Somebody just sent me a link from it, and then of course I right away said no Critical Role in here. I deleted it. No, I don't think I deleted it. But anyway, yeah. So but you guys all know Critical. Here they are. Oh fucking A. Now see, the reason I have to explain my anger about this. I'm just jealous and bitter. That's all it is. I lived in Hollywood, and had I stayed there, I would probably be in this fucking picture. But no. So that's but I actually don't like, they have highly produced cameras, and it's a television show basically. It's on Twitch and it's on YouTube, but it's a television show. They have sound, they have editors, they have producers, they have equipment, they have lighting, and it's just people playing D&D, but all they're doing is playing D&D in their living room, but the living room is a sound stage in Van Nuys. You know what I mean? Like that's that's just so I'd rather watch something like what we have on Twitch, like what you see here. I'd rather watch what the players are doing, how they're interacting. I can see everything, and it's not just some, brunette actress yelling into the camera, and I'm like, okay, fine. And, you can't see their character sheet. And I get it that it's role-playing, and it's less what I do and more what most people play the game for, which is story and discussion and dialogue, and I'm more into mechanics and stuff. But yeah, I would just prefer to watch something like this than I would, 6 actors on a screen. And I'm not saying cameras are bad. It's just that particular thing just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And God bless them. They're all fucking millionaires, whatever. Good for you.
Yeah. I just think it's a little bit too Disneyland for me. I like a little bit darker. I'm not into the happy-go-lucky. I'm not saying they don't have dark moments on the show, but I don't know. I would like something a little bit eviler, darker, not so happy and poppy,
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll admit that I haven't watched enough of it, which, by the way, the entirety of the Critical Role that I've seen is like 5 minutes just to get a sense of what it was. But I haven't watched enough of it to know, like, do they swear or do they, if they're watering it down in any way, that's just bullshit. That's selling out, and that's, going Disney, as people might say. But and a lot of it, I'm sure, is staged. Yeah, Shadows Assassin even said, it's plastically staged, he said.
Yep.
But yeah, so they don't water it down. Okay, so I didn't know that.
That's
And
good.
I don't want, if any of you are Critical Role fans, I don't want you to be offended by my opinion. Just keep in mind, it's one man's opinion. It's just my personal thing about it. I've met people in the last 20-25 years who've said to me, I don't like the Seinfeld sitcom. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean when you string those words together. I don't like the Seinfeld show. I don't get it. I don't understand. How can you not like it? So people have different opinions, right? So
Yeah.
I just don't like
If I
Critical
say
Role.
I don't like it, am I going to get banned from your table?
So, does anybody want to be a co-host on this show in the future? Because I don't. Fury Fate, just we can't hear you. You're cutting out.
It's all right.
No. Everybody's welcome to your opinions. I just don't understand it. And that's basically, that's why there's wars, right? People have different opinions, and then they're like, oh,
That'd be
what?
horrible to start a war over Seinfeld. I mean, really?
I'm sure someone has. Not actual military, like weapons across borders and troops and everything, but I'm sure friendships have been broken up over Seinfeld. I'm sure every subject.
So my
soup
only
for you.
opinion is it's a little Disney. I don't think a group of people who are acting and getting paid a lot of money should be put up on a stage and a podium when there are people much lesser doing much greater things behind the scenes or
now, oddly,
like we're doing.
It's funny because contrary to that, even though I don't spend my time watching these videos, I actually don't mind the Wizards of the Coast people, like Chris Perkins doing Academy Adventures or whatever that's called. I don't mind that. As a matter of fact, again, I don't spend my time chasing that down, but I would watch that. If I was at a convention and they were doing one of those, I would go. But if I was at a convention and Critical Role was there, I would go to the fucking card room and see what I could scrounge up in there while everybody else was watching the show. You know what I mean? It's something about their arrogance and we're Hollywood voice actors. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a member of that community, but I didn't hang out with such assholes, And some of them might be okay. I don't know any of those people personally. I've never met any of the Critical Role people, so I can't really say for sure. But I know people like them, and so that's just me.
So I look at it. Do you want to go see Tears for Fears, or do you want to go see Judas Priest? You know what I mean? Like, what? I think I want to see Judas Priest.
I like Tears for Fears.
I'm not saying.
See? Well, Rob Toohey, what's your biggest surprise success on the DMs Guild? So, that's a good question.
Good question.
What is my biggest surprise success? Let's see. Well, Diablo, that wasn't really a surprise, though. Diablo Bob's Critically Awesome Essentials has sold 188 copies. That I knew it would do well. I don't know that I thought it would do that well. So it sells an average of 2 a day. So this number here, 14.62, that's how many per week. So divide by 7, more than 2 a day. We don't count these just came out, so those numbers are skewed. My coding package and the items coding package, they sell about just over 1 a day. And that's not a surprise though. That the question was what surprised me. That doesn't surprise me. Monsters of the Guild, but that doesn't really count because the Fantasy Grounds versions only sold 90 copies. This is the book or the PDF. This big number here is the book or the PDF. So, and nothing else is in great. So what is the biggest surprise that it sells well? I guess probably the Critical Fumble tables. I knew those would be a hot item, but I think I've sold more of those than I have anything else. 548. Now again, it's been out for 3 years. So it only sells about 3 a week. So that's still pretty good, 3 a week. But it's been out since February of 16. But I would say that's probably the answer to that, the Fumble critical tables, because it's consistently popular. And I know that, I mean, I've played in games where I use it, and I play in games where I'm a player and it's used. But I've also watched a couple videos on YouTube just randomly. Sometimes I do that. I just pick out somebody who's playing D&D randomly on Fantasy Grounds. Don't even know the person, never met him, never talked to him. And I see my critical tables in there, and that is such a joy. And everybody screams, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die!" And then somebody rolled a 1, whatever. But as you can see, I've sold 11,700 items. I currently have 115 items, or 117 items, I guess, on the DM's Guild. That's not a public spreadsheet, but there is one that is, and I'll link that to you guys right now.
So Boffrin is baiting us. He says, question, with the revelation about Leyrune, does this mean you have 2 opening spots for co-hosts?
Because he likes Tears for, he doesn't like Tears for Fears. I wouldn't go see Tears for Fears in concert, though. That's true. But I also wouldn't go see Judas Priest. Did you?
I have to admit I did.
So yes. That's a link to this spreadsheet, everybody. If you want to come in here, you can. Basically, this is everything I've ever done for the DM's Guild. We've showed this before, and it's linked in my Discord. And it shows everything I've done with links to each product. Also in the Smiteworks store, also my comedy book on Amazon if anybody's interested. And then it's got my upcoming projects, stuff I'm working on here. And I have 2 people working with me, Initials CS and Initials SS, if you know who those people are. They're working with me. And so, yeah. So this is, if you ever want to know what I've done, or if you ever especially want to know what I'm doing or what's coming up, you can always go here and check. So right now in the hopper, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 projects, and this has the date of everything that I've done, when it was put out. Is it on the DM's Guild? Is it in the Smiteworks store? Is it a WotC property? Anything that's in the notes section, if it's blank, if there's nothing here, that means it's a total Rob Toohey product by myself. And out of 117 things on the DM's Guild, I've done 46 that are just me and 71 that are collaborations with other authors. And then you can see by year how many I did. Like in 2016, I did 15 things. 14 of them were on the DM's Guild. 14 of them were mine. So it was basically that was 14 things I did plus my comedy book. Then in 2017, shit started to get crazy, and then 2018. And then 2019, I've done 14 things, but none of them are mine. I haven't done anything by myself this year yet. So people always ask me, if I want to get everything you have, how can I get it? And the answer to that, as of today, is really simple. You just get the Rob Toohey 2016 through 2018 package, which is here. And until I put out anything in 2019, this will be everything you get. This is all of it right here, everything. So there's like how many? 36 or 40, whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, and you guys can win that tonight. As a matter of fact, the people that won already can pick this if they want, because it costs $89.95. It is prize time. Let's do it. Prize time. Right,
while we're waiting for you to get that queued up, question came out about marketing strategy and also your favorite non-Rob Toohey title on the DM's Guild.
Okay. If you guys want to enter, go ahead and type in the chat right now, ! ROB2E, and you'll be entered here. Favorite non-Rob Toohey product? Ooh, that's rough. Well, Monsters of the Guild, except for that kind of is. I mean, I did one of the monsters, So that kind of is, it's a collaboration though. I mean, there's 120 monsters in there, of which I did one, but I made the Fantasy Grounds module. So that's up there on the list. But also the Haunt. I love the Haunt, and now there's a second part to that. Phil Beckwith did the Haunt. I'll show you guys.
Which is really good.
It is really good.
Because we played the part 2 in Canada.
Yeah, Gwydion, there's the Haunt and the Haunt 2. Gwydion played the Haunt 2, but he didn't tell us that's what it was. He starts showing pictures, and I'm like, I recognize these because I made the module, right? But when I make modules for other people, I don't necessarily read and internalize the information. I just make the module, and I pay enough attention to it so that I can get it done correctly and good, but I don't try to remember it in case I ever play it one day. Or like Gwydion sprung that on us at the event in Canada, and then that fucking doll, was that me? Who gave that quote?
Oh, that doll was amazing. I mean, especially because Gwydion put all those creepy ass sound effects.
Yeah, it was sound effects and stuff, and it's a really one. So that's one of my favorites. I don't know if it's there's a lot. There's 100 and fucking products. I don't know. I'd have to go through but that jumped out in my head when I heard the question. What in the hell is this? Dino Wars. Look at all this stuff. So I did this one. I did this one. I did this one. I did this one. Yeah, so I've done a lot of these conversions for people. And if you guys are ever, all you have to do if you want to know is you can type Rob Toohey here if you want. But if you do that, it's not exactly right because it will also, some people have my name attached to their page and their description pages. So I think the number you get there is 128, right? But it's really only 117. But if you go to any of my products, doesn't matter which one, and you click on my name, just my name, then it'll give you the absolute correct list of what I've done. Oh, look! This is now the number one popular item. Earlier today, it was Critically Awesome. So the new magic thing and you can sort by title, price, date added, whatever. But if you go down here, it should say 117, I think is the number. 116. Yeah, now the reason it says 116, the number's really 117, but the reason it says that is because the Monsters of the Guild, the Fantasy Grounds version obviously has my name in it, which is first, but the PDF version and the hardback book version doesn't have my name up here. And the reason it doesn't is because it says plus many more, because DM's Guild only allows so many characters for that field, and there was like 100 authors, so they had to just put some in there. And then, of course, down here they put Fantasy Grounds Rob Toohey. Yay, Rob Toohey. But that's the reason that one doesn't get counted, is because my name isn't there. So it is 117, but that's the true list. So if you go, I think this here is the back to me. But anyway, yeah, Rob Toohey, T-W-O-H-Y. It's the most fucked up last name ever. People try to put K's and L's in it. I don't know. Oh, these are good too. These Solo, the Death Knight Squire. That's actually really awesome. As a matter of fact, that's about to hit gold. That's the only collaboration that I've done with somebody that sold over 500 copies. So the Solo Adventure Death Knight Squire, that's good too. All right, did somebody win? What happened? Let's. Here's the winner. Here it is, everybody. Boom. Cousin Fresh. Oh. Nice.
Yes.
So Cousin Fresh, just PM me in Discord. Cousin Fresh isn't a name that I've seen too much, so I'll put the Discord link in case you need it. I will also go write your name. Let's just close all this shit. We don't need any of it.
Cousin Fresh.
Cousin Fresh. Boom, boom, boom. Here, we've done this. I can highlight this.
All right.
And then I can write down Cousin Fresh. So good. We're going to give away 2 more prizes. And we're over an hour, so I'll even give away one right now. I'll do it again right now.
Right now.
And then we're gonna, at the end of the show, we're going to give away the ultimate license. So I'm going to start it again, everybody. If you want to, obviously if you're Cousin Fresh or Boffrin or My Given Opinion, don't enter. But everybody else can put Rob2 in the chat, and I will draw a name at the end of 2 minutes. I'm sure we've missed a lot of questions. But this seems to have been a success. We'll do an AMA again in the future, a few months. Upcoming shows.
1 a year, something like that.
Yeah, whatever it is, 1 a year. Upcoming shows, Critically Awesome Essentials. So the one-click druid thing and more information. And Diablo Bob, who made that, will be our special guest next week.
Nice.
Sounds and Sirenscape and all that we're going to talk about the week after with Matakuri as our special guest. FGCon 14, which is the 12th through the 14th, we're going to talk about a few days before it starts. How to update Fantasy Grounds DM's Guild modules and other subjects along that line. It'll probably only be 20 minutes, but we'll do a show on that. Using spell tokens, we're going to talk about. And then we don't have it confirmed, but we think Chris from GTW, Chris McDermott from Game Tile Warehouse, who was on the show in December, is going to come back. And now that Squareware is out, he's going to walk us through it. So that'll be cool.
Nice.
And then I have slotted in Ghosts of Saltmarsh because it comes out on the 21st. So the next show after the 21st is the 26th. So we'll open up that book and go through it and show everybody what's up on Fantasy Grounds. We try to do a show of that nature each time a book comes out. But the last book to come out was Dungeon of the Mad Mage like in November or something, wasn't it? Way
It's
back.
been a while.
Yep. So
it's been like what, almost 5-6 months?
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like not that long ago.
I know it doesn't, because especially since we're playing it and we're only on level 2, we're gonna die. I died. I did die. I fucking died.
You did die, yeah.
I joke about dying,
But in
and
an
I
epic
died.
way. You did it in an epic way.
It was epic. I jumped up. I was a druid, and there was a river and a boat, and I jumped. Spoiler alert, by the way. Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Spoiler alert, just in case. We don't know what level even, but it was lower than level 2. I swam across the river as I shape-shifted. Okay, first of all, I was on the bank of the river. I jumped in the air, shape-shifted into a shark, swam across the river, propelled myself out of the water up into the air, shape-shifted back into human form, and landed in the boat, which was a giant mimic that fucking swallowed me in one bite. I was dead. That's it. That's all. That's how you do it. So let's see. Let's see the prize. Here it is.
I mean, as ways to die, that was probably the best way to die.
It was pretty epic. And then everybody started saying, "Oh, I hope Rob dies every week." That was awesome. All right. Omegazed, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Omegazed, I like that. Okay, here's the winner, everybody. It is Marcel Sud, and I know I'm saying that wrong. Mark Elsud, Marcel's
UD.
Marcel's UD. Whatever it is, you win. Yay. So let's write that down. M-A-R-C-E Marcel's. Okay, let me write it down. Okay. So we've got 4 winners. So for the rest of the show, I'm going to do that one more time. And then also we're going to give away the license. Did we miss any questions? What's up?
Not so much.
All right, so if people are done putting questions in there every 2 seconds, we might be winding down, so I can go ahead and give away the last prize, and then we'll tidy things up and give away the license. So I'll give away one more prize. I'm just giving away prizes, everybody. So here's the last one. So everybody but the 4 winners can enter this. And I will start it and start the timer. So again, exclamation Rob2E in the chat. There goes everybody. This will be the last chance to win something from the DM's Guild. And then everybody, even people who have won, can enter the license thing. But that's the next one. That's not this one. So if you've already won, don't enter. But that again does not include, if you won at the beginning of the show, that's separate. That doesn't count. You can still enter this now. So basically everybody who's in the chat now can enter except for Marcel's, Cousin, Boffrin, and My Given.
And the host.
Well, you guys can enter if you want. That's lame.
No, that would be lame. A couple questions came up before the contest.
Okay.
Question. What is your, let's see, no. Where do you go if you're looking to hire Fantasy Grounds coders or creators? And how is the studio going for your home studio?
Okay. Where do you go if you want to hire coders? I guess it
Yeah.
depends on what that means. Because coding can mean, like, what I do is I do stuff that's kind of directly in Fantasy Grounds. Then you have other people who are doing like XML and Lua or making extensions like what Diablo Bob does. So it depends on what you're looking for, but the best place to start would be to just come into Fantasy Grounds College or my Discord or the Fantasy Grounds forums and say, "Hey, here's my idea. I'm looking to get this done. Does anybody know who can help me?" And then it just kind of find it that way. That's what I would do. The studio here is not progressing as fast as I would hope. I thought it would be done already. I have the money for it. I just don't have the guy who's going to do it for me. Lives in California, and he has been here. He did come up to survey the situation. But I'm assuming what's happening is he's waiting to, we've had an extended winter. There's still snow on the ground here. And I think he's probably waiting until he finishes a project that he's got going in LA so that he can bring his other coworker with him and the two of them can come up here and knock it out. Now, I still have a bedroom full of crap I got to sell on eBay. That's my bad. I haven't been getting on that. But I also know that if worse comes to worse, I can just shove everything into the next room over and let them go to town. I can just fill my bedroom with crap and let them do what they have to do in there. But I'm assuming it's probably going to be late spring or even summer before this gets done. But it is happening, and I'm excited about it. So let's see if I can get my studio built before Unity comes out. That's what we'll do.
That's the goal now.
That's the goal. Oh, wait. It's time. Here it is. All right. The winner of this thing is Hauser64. Congrats. Let me just write that down. Hauser64. You win. And again, if you are new to the thing and you don't know what Discord is, I'll put the link here. Discord, come to my Discord server. Just click on that link and go there and sign up. And then come on in and send me a personal message. You just come to Discord like this and you find my name and right click on it. Yeah, where is my name in here? You'll see my logo a lot, but that's the almighty. These guys are typing it. Oh, I'll just put. What's up, new people? So you see my name, you just right click on it and, well, it doesn't show for me, but if you right click on anything, you can send a message and then it'll appear for me over here where all these messages are. I'm going to have to go tell all these people, Digital Dave, I'm going to have to tell all these people what's up with their prize winning. But yeah, just come on in there and message me. So congrats on that. Congrats to all the 5 winners and the beginning of the show winners. You know what I mean if you are one of those people. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say the beginning of the show, I gave away prizes to everyone that was here at the beginning of the show for being on time and being to the show. But I made a secret thing, then you don't know how to do it. If you weren't here, you don't know how to do it, so then you didn't win. But congratulations to all the winners. And we're still going to give away a license. So before we give away the license, because that's the last thing we're going to do, we're going to see if anybody has any other questions. What do you think about the new Captain Marvel? I love the... Hey, Quiet Bear, what's up? I love the new Captain Marvel. I can't wait to go see it. Shazam. Thank you.
Damn.
See, because...
all that build up, and I thought you were
me,
talking about the...
To me, Captain Marvel, I'm old,
it's
right?
Shazam,
so
yeah.
Captain Marvel was Shazam. When I was a little kid, it was Shazam and Isis. That's what it was. And so Billy Batson, he says Shazam, and he becomes Captain Marvel. Now, the new Captain Marvel that's part of the Marvel Universe with, Samuel L. Jackson, it takes place in 1995. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm a big Marvel Universe fan, but some of them I don't go see. I wait till they come out on video. So I probably won't go to the theater for new Captain Marvel. I don't know. Have either one of you guys seen it?
I have.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it. I will. First of all, I heard all the bad reviews, so I went into the theater thinking, okay, this is gonna probably be shit. But no, it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed her kicking, ass. It was wonderful. I think she's gonna be completely overpowered against Thanos, but whatever. It works.
Yeah, and it is Nightfall is typed in "Oh Mighty Isis." Is that what it was? I thought all this time, my entire fucking life until this moment, I thought she was saying Almighty Isis, like the Almighty. And he's typing "Oh Mighty Isis," which kind of makes more sense. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I was misinformed. It's like when you sing a song lyric your whole entire life, and then when you're 50 years old, you find out that's not it.
Yeah, like "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza," instead of "Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer."
Rev me up like a douche, another boner in the night. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? These are songs I don't know.
Blinded by the light. So "Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer" is Elton John, and people think that he's saying "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza."
Hold me closer, Tony Danza. I've seen it on YouTube.
Someone says that, and you're like, yeah, of course, that's what Elton John was singing. He went to the record studio. He paid millions of dollars to make a record, and he's singing about Tony Danza. You fucking moron.
He has a crush on him.
He could be.
He could be. He had a crush on him. Angela, Samantha. Yeah. There's a bathroom on the right. Yeah, there's a bathroom on the right. CCR. Everybody plays the spoons sometimes. I want to rock and roll all night and part of every day. Yeah, George Orr, I saw that movie too. As a matter of fact, when that song comes on, that's the way I sing it. I enunciate that as Paul Rudd and the other guy from the Pie fucking movie. What's that guy's name? Stifler's mom. What's that guy's name? Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, role models. Thank you. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any other questions? We only did an hour. Some shows we've done have been 2 hours, and I figured this would go a little longer, but
it's okay.
As long as everybody's
an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've been broadcasting for an hour and 21 minutes and hour and 22 minutes now. And we will do this again in the future. But again, if we miss any of your questions, or if you have other questions, you can certainly ring us up in Discord, and we will
you know what, Rob?
Answer them.
And that's right. Thank you.
You know what, Rob?
I'm gonna get your name out. Fuck.
I feel like we're doing what the news stations do, which really pisses me off. Is you want to hear a story, and it's the last goddamn story on the show, so you have to watch the whole thing to get to the article.
Oh, I wasn't about to let you give that fucking license away till the last goddamn minute. You're goddamn right. We're gonna keep everybody here. Otherwise, these fucking people will be gone. They're like, hey, I want a prize. Fuck you. I'm out of here. When is Unity coming out? Fucking Celestian. Banned. How do you ban? /BAN BSSELE. I actually started typing. I don't want to ban him. All right. So let's give the license away. So don't start typing because it's not what you think it is. So let's reset.
What? It's not going to be Rob TV?
No, it's not. The license is going to be FGC.
Right.
So there you go. Type !FGC if you want to win. Now this is the Fantasy Grounds Ultimate License. This is courtesy of Leroon and Fantasy Grounds College. We'll run a 2-minute timer, and anybody that's won already tonight can enter this because you can get the license even though you've already won a DM's Guild prize because they're kind of separate. So again, if you win this and you have a license, there is a transfer process, but, try to make sure that if you enter to win it, that you want it or you absolutely know somebody who wants it. None of this fucking, I'll find somebody or I'll get back to you, because once Leroon purchases the license, he only has a matter of a few days to transfer it, or he bought it himself. So it's got to be your Fantasy Grounds account or someone that you know for sure is going to want it. So please don't.
I'm going to sweeten this. I'm going to sweeten it up.
Oh,
so I accidentally entered myself, which I was meaning to put out the Fantasy Grounds College address, but since it's the same command, I'm in the contest. So if you draw my name, there'll be another one. 2.
Okay, so draw a winner. If we get used, you're going to draw 2 winners.
Yep.
Oh, snap. Oh.
2 other winners.
Right. Okay, so 30 more seconds-ish. Oh, yeah, FGC, I didn't think that through.
I don't either.
At least it's not. At least it's overriding it. It's not putting your website every fucking time somebody puts that in. That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
All right, and thanks everybody for coming and hanging out at the show. We really do appreciate it. Thanks for all the follows. Thanks for all the cheer bits. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for your support in general. A lot of you guys are Patreon people. A lot of you guys buy my stuff on the DMs Guild. I really do. I'm not gonna cry. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very important to me. I mean, since I had a liver transplant and tried to figure out what I was gonna do with my life, and this ended up being it. It's very, very important to me that people are having a good time and coming to my channel and just liking it, and that it offers some value to their life. And so the fact that you guys participated anyway, even if the only thing you ever do is just watch and you never buy anything or whatever, that I still love you. I still love you. All right, here we go, everybody. The winner is
Boffrin.
Dragon Bait.
All right, Dragon Bait.
Dragon Bait wins the ultimate license. Okay, let me write that down too. So congrats to Dragon Bait. Very good.
Dragon Bait, if you already have that license and you know somebody that needs it, just PM me the user ID from Fantasy Grounds forums, and I'll take care of it.
Japendagrass, thanks for the follow. Also, everybody, before you all leave, I didn't win. I'm out of here. Before you all leave, keep in mind that we do this show every Sunday, and every Sunday we give away at least one prize. Today was a big day because we did the AMA, but we give away prizes on Sunday every single time without fail, and sometimes randomly, because I get a stick up my ass, or somebody kisses me on the cheek or something, I give away prizes on other shows. So you never know when I'm going to give away a prize. Also, I don't usually do this in my own Discord, but I am prone to popping into Fantasy Grounds College Discord in the middle of the night and saying, hey, hashtag it pays to hang out. The first 2 people to PM me get a prize or whatever. So you got to just kind of keep your eyes open, everybody. Keep your eyes open. I've given away how many fucking prizes in the last 2 years? Like 1,000.
Always in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like at 3 a.m.
Well,
that's just okay. I say 3 a.m. like Central Time, which is what 1 a.m. for you. So yeah, 1 a.m. Pacific Time. Rob Toohey likes to be on the Fantasy Grounds Discord and give shit.
I do it for the European and the Australian. You got to remember, it's a worldwide audience. It's not just United States people.
Yeah.
That's true, but I'm just saying,
what do you call
those of us who are in the States?
Leroon, what do you call a person who speaks 3 languages?
Trilingual.
Theory, what do you call a person who speaks 2 languages?
Bilingual. I feel like this would be horrible.
What do you call a person who speaks 1 language? American.
American.
I love some of those dad jokes. My favorite one lately is, how many millennials does it take to change a light bulb? That's not funny! That's my favorite joke now.
No, my favorite thing, and it's my favorite thing to even watch on like YouTube clips, is millennials trying to use, or even the newer kids trying to use a rotary phone.
Oh yeah.
What's the difference between a millennial and a gun? A gun only has 1 trigger. That's a good one too. I'm down on the young people, everybody. All right, so we got all our winners. Let's go to the slides.
You lost your millennial audience,
Whoa, what the hell is this? What the fuck is that? Okay, here we go. So yeah, Sunday, we had to put, Liverin said, put a shamrock. I put a little hat. So next Sunday we'll be back again. Monday, Module Creation Monday. If you guys want to see how Fantasy Grounds modules are made, I do that on Mondays. All the shows are at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Tuesday, no show. Wednesday's 5e pickups. For those of you that don't know, you can literally show up on Wednesday and play D&D in Fantasy Grounds. You don't need a license. You don't need anything. You don't need a character. You just show up. Friday, you can come watch Fury and I play in Joe's game, and I got killed, and I'm probably going to get
possibly
killed again.
die again. Yeah. With
And,
your level 1 and our level 5s. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that you guys have level 6, I have level 1. Battle Royale is a Saturday thing, and that's an atypical game. That's where we use 4th level D&D characters to like arena fight, and kick each other's ass. So it's not the typical. It's not cooperative. It's kill your friends, and it's super fun. That's on Saturdays. But if you guys want to know about any of these games, just ask me in Discord, and I'll get you the information. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. You too, Rob. Thanks for the fun show. Great show, Rob. Thanks. You too, Rob. His name's Rob. That's why there's two of us. And Fritz the Cat and Wizards. I don't know what that means. Rob Tui, what do you hate most about module conversion, or the hardest part? Oh, fuck. Ask me that tomorrow. Ask me that tomorrow while I'm making one, and then I'll tell you then.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream.
Oh,
Thanks for the cheerbits.
Yeah. Cheerbits. Hey, Dragonbait. Cheerbits. Wow, Dragonbait. Nice. He's already rebating us for the prize. I like it. How many ADD kids does it take to change? We should ride bicycles, you guys. All right, that's terrible. That's just wrong. You can make fun of millennials. Don't make fun of ADD kids. That's wrong. It's funny though. That's wrong. It's funny, but it's wrong.
Ooh.
Josephus.
Yeah.
1986 has followed. Thanks, guys. So let me go ahead and do the end of stream rewards. Usually I don't only do this during games, but in case you guys want to come watch our games and participate, you can actually use your chat XP to purchase like potions or monsters or advantage or rests or even resurrection for our games. And to do that, use your chat XP. We have 2 economies here. If you want to know about the economies, just go watch the episode of our show that we did on Rob 2 economies on the what's it called? YouTube. Thank you. And but I'm going to give everybody 100 gold pieces right now. And I'm also going to put some of the keywords that you can do to participate. And you guys have all participated tonight. You've hung out, you watched, you asked questions, you won prizes. But there's all the keywords that you can type in. Exclamation Discord, of course, will get you to the Discord channel. Patreon will take you over to my Patreon page. We have levels for as little as $1. You can cheer bits. You can subscribe to the channel. Thanks to those of you that did. You can donate if that's your thing. You can go to the DMs Guild and purchase the items. Now, I usually give a count at the end of the show of how many items I've sold in a day. So let's count. 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 is about average. And we've sold 18, and there's still an hour and a half left in the day. The day ends at the fiscal day ends at 9 p.m. So you guys can do that as well. You can follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube. Again, I appreciate it. Thanks for your questions. I hope to see all of you around. For those of you that sent me PMs in Discord, of which there's probably about 30 of them, I'll go through those tonight and get back with you. And any final words from either of the 2 co-hosts?
Just Dragonbait, you know where to find me to send me the PM for the license code. And happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Yeah, anything from your Fury to how drunk are you?
Meow.
Meow. God damn, that's awesome.
No, not drunk enough yet. But really, thanks for everybody for showing up. Thank you, Rob and Layroon, for inviting me onto your boys club. And I really hope to do this for a lot longer.
That's excellent to hear. Yep, show 58's in the books. And we hope to continue this weekly until the end of time. So on behalf of Fury Fate, or until I die, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Couple weeks. On behalf of Fury Fate and on behalf of Layroon, thanks everybody for watching. And have a good rest of the night for St. Patrick's Day. And until next time, good gaming, everyone.